welcome again to another boredom fest. I just make these videos just to feed my own ego. Oh, I got my own YouTube channel. No, seriously, this is Dr. Philip Tan-Gatue of Acupuncture Archives. I'm here to try to bring acupuncture and its concepts from the book and from the physician to the patient. Make it easier for you to understand, because God knows what it was like for me trying to understand some of this stuff. I remember reading, what the heck is Qi? So today's episode is, what is Qi? And I'm gonna start by telling you a story. Long ago in a galaxy far away, I was interested in Power Rangers. Yeah. And I made a lot of friends that way. One of them, who we will call Keith, we were discussing who would win a mano-a-mano between Dragon Ball Z's Son Goku and Superman. Now, since we were both geeks, we would go, but which version of Son Goku? The one, or which version of Superman? The pre-crisis Superman? The John Byrne Superman? How about, who cares? Anyway, the point is, we were discussing who was stronger, or but Superman's strength level is blah blah blah, and Son Goku had a fighting power of 100,000 anything. But the conversation, after maybe a couple of hours, boiled down to one particular point. Keith says, "Oh, but Superman is not invulnerable to magic, so Son Goku's chi blasts will be able to get him." And I said, no. What? He's firing balls of energy from his hands. Surely that's magical, Phil. No, because in Oriental culture, those fireballs are not something supernatural. They're a manifestation of his internal energy. Yeah, but that's magical. No, it's not. It's magical. No, it's not. And that went on for quite some time until finally I go, quoting Raj from The Big Bang Theory, "How dare you presume to lecture me in my own culture? My wife is mainland Chinese. I'm gonna ask her right now, hey, Jerry, is Qi magical?" No, Qi is not magical. See, my wife says Qi is not magical. Yeah, right, he doesn't believe. Couple of months later, we're discussing the newest Masked Rider show. Oh, I'm sorry, that was Masked Rider, this is Power Rangers. Sorry. Anyway, and he suddenly goes, oh yeah, and Phil, sorry, you were right, Qi was not magical. And I said, when did the Holy Spirit descend on you and made you realize that? Oh, I saw it on this website where they were talking about Goku versus Superman. I tell you, you don't believe me. Screwattack.com, there you go, screwattack.com does a video on Son Goku and Superman, and you believe them. Maybe that's why I'm doing videos, so people will believe me. Anyway, for those of you who want to find Keith Hayward on Facebook or whatever, his blog is henshinjustice.com. That's henshinjustice.com. Feel free to tell him Phil was right. Anyway, so what is Qi? Qi is most commonly translated as energy, and this is very much influenced by I sense a great disturbance in the force. I have not heard that name in a long time. Your lack of faith is disturbing. Anyway, that is what has affected the Western idea of what Qi is. It's some sort of quasi-mystical energy that flows through your body, and any disturbance will make you sick. Well, we've established that Qi is not magical, so what is it? If it's not this whole Star Wars force thingy, what is it? I'd like to start by giving examples of how the word is combined with other words and their various meanings in the Chinese language. So, first and foremost, Qi can mean gas. Yes, that gas, the kind that is produced after a whole bunch of taco enchiladas, that kind of gas. How do I know this? Because the word for kiddie balloon, you know, those things you give away at birthday parties, the ones filled with helium, are called tityo. balls of chi, balls of gas. So chi has a gas aspect. It's not just some immaterial thing. Gas is chi. Next, we could say that it's related to the weather. Tian is sky. Tian is heaven. Tian chi, the chi of heaven, weather. So we might say, oh, 天气很好, the weather's fine. It can also mean kong. Now, the word tian kong means heavenly firmament. Kong qi refers to the quality of the air. So when I went to Beijing a couple of years ago, kong qi hai hao, the air was still good. Now it's all smoggy. Kong qi bu hao le. So the quality of the air isn't good anymore. So again, gas, air. It can also mean getting angry. So the idea is when you get angry, all that chi comes out. Yeah, all that Hulk out. You're angry. Yeah. Face turns all colors. Your voice gets louder. You're screaming your head off. Bringing out your anger, your sheng qi. And another thing, it's not just gas. It's not just physiology. It's also breath. Why? You remember we use what do we use the word kung fu to mean? You know, Bruce Lee made Kung Fu very popular, or John Carradine if you like that show. But the word Kung Fu, the word fu means master. That's why in a particular Kung Fu Panda you have Master Shifu. The fu means master, the shi means teacher. So, wait a second, does that mean his name is Master? Oh well, never mind. So the fu means master. So what's the gong? Gong or gong zuo means work. Gong ke is homework. So there's this thing about work and craft. So kung fu used to mean that you've mastered the craft. So to say kung fu master is kind of redundant, strictly speaking, because kung fu already means master. So kung fu means you're a master of your craft. Now, qi gong. Many people imagine Qigong to mean some weird energy thing, guys dressed in pajamas. Well, actually, the emphasis of Qigong is breathing. Breathing exercises. Controlled breathing. Move the diaphragm. Okay, that was a snore. I'm sorry. See, I even bore myself. So what have we learned about chi? It's not just energy. It's so hard to define. So I gave examples. It's gas, air, breathing, and ultimately essential to life. So what else do we know about chi? Taking a look at ancient Confucian and Taoist texts, chi is a part of life, but also more than that. Qi can be defined as more than just matter and energy, but it is the precursor of matter and energy. Imagine this. Modern science has determined that, okay, class, what is matter made of? Sir, matter is made out of atoms. And what are atoms made of? Subatomic particles like protons, electrons, and neutrons. And what are subatomic particles made of? Quarks. And what are quarks? Guess what? They're packets of concentrated energy. So ultimately, everything that defines matter and energy is just whether this quark stuff is condensed or spread out. Let's review law of conservation of matter and energy. Energy is neither created nor destroyed, it's just transformed. Now, where do we get that idea from? Well, modern science, yes. But the ancients figured it out because in ancient philosophy, chi is characterized by contraction and expansion. When they contract, we have matter. When they expand and they move, we have energy. So ultimately, chi as a concept is not supernatural. It's not magical. It is nature itself. The ancients would ask, why does a caterpillar turn into a butterfly? And then they'd give an answer, because that is the chi of the caterpillar. That is the nature of the caterpillar. So there's one fundamental point I'd like to emphasize. Traditional Chinese medicine, acupuncture, does not, and I repeat, does not look at qi as some sort of ethereal supernatural force. To do so, unfortunately, would be to be inserting our own preconceived Western notions into the concept. Now, I understand this is my opinion, based on my understanding, my readings, my knowledge of Chinese. Feel free to discuss, disagree, but be nice. Comments below, and don't forget to click the subscribe button. So I didn't bore you as long as the first video, right? Unfortunately, there are many more to come. So again, have a nice day. Be healthy and happy. Good night.